But what we're about to talk about in a bit is you're on PCT.
Yeah.
And I never come off testosterone. All year round.
All year round.
I blast and cruise.
Blast and cruise.
So my cruise is empty a week. And you see, even the person distributing doesn't know it's fake. He thinks, okay, I'm getting it from where I usually get it, wherever that is. Underground lab, probably made in a kitchen sink. It was too long.
Too long, huh?
Yeah, too long. You know,
3 weeks.
3 weeks, no training, not being productive. It's too much time.
Extra food, extra calories.
Exactly. Yeah. After a while, you feel like a slob. You know, if you take too much time away from the lifestyle of fitness, you start to develop bad habits. I think.
Yeah.
I was not caring so much about food and training and rest, and I don't like that version of myself. 10 days is enough though. After 10 days, I think it's too much. But aside from the negative, the positive was Santorini. I went to Greece. It was the most beautiful place.
Most beautiful pictures.
Yeah, it was an amazing place. Everything was great. Something out of a postcard, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll get some warm up with the barbell. I like this bench because you can have a self rack.
Oh.
You know, I know you come here often. I don't know if you use this one, but it's very good. But then you can press the bar from here, and then the spotter can remove the rack, and then you're in a great position. I've struggled sometimes getting the timing with the spotter, helping me off the rack. Sometimes it pulls you out of position, and for heavy bench press, you need your scapula, your back to be retracted, shoulders back, and you need to stay in this position. So with the traditional bench, even with a spotter, sometimes it can pull you out of position.
Yeah.
That's why I like this so much. Put a 10 kg on. I'll go very slow warm up today because I had some time off.
बहुत मजेदार है क्योंकि हैवी वेट उठाने के लिए लिफ्ट करने के लिए आपको पार्टनर की जरूरत पड़ती है, इसमें नहीं पड़ रही है। वाह।
Up you out here, okay? Yeah, there we go.
Very good idea.
Sorry?
Very good idea. Now I realize, when you're talking, now I realize like how important this is, yeah.
Unless you get in the perfect position.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And the sport becomes man.
Biceps are a bit sore from the arm workout I had with Sergio a couple days ago. I haven't trained biceps and triceps for a long time either because of strongman, but it's not affecting the bench press too much. I find that even with sore biceps, while they are being used during bench press, you won't feel any weaker from sore biceps doing bench press. Like during the actual press, I'm not affected at all. Another note, despite my time off, I'm surprised that I still feel rigid. So sometimes, especially with the deadlift and squat, depending how much time I take off, I'll feel very loose. Like when you don't when you don't squat for a long time, your hips start to become more mobile because the more you squat, the more you hip hinge under load, everything here gets tense and tight, like a spring, which is good for heavy lifting. You want to be like a tight spring, right? To have more power during the movement. But when you take time off, everything loosens up and relaxes, and then you start to feel a bit loose. But I don't feel that with the bench press right now. So I think I'll have a good day today with bench press. Is what I'm trying to get at.
I feel motivated.
Happy to hear that. I'll help you out, get a position. There we we go. Perfect. Very easy. Okay. Now we'll start decreasing the reps a little bit to avoid fatigue before we get to our working sets. So just 5 reps is enough for this. I didn't even ask you, what's your best bench press for 1 rep, 10 reps?
My PR is 20 kg. 200 kg.
200 kg, okay, 440. Respectable. For 1 rep?
No, 2 reps.
2 reps.
Self.
Okay, no spots.
Full.
Okay, to the chest and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So then we'll work up to 140 kg today.
I will try
Okay.
because I am also off and with family, travel, food, no diet, no focus on workout. But I will try with you.
Okay, let's see. Not push too hard, but we'll push enough.
No.
Yeah. Just 5 easy reps. Under control. Big power.
फटीग ना हो इसलिए लो रैप पे है और मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ कि जब 2 महीने से कोई वर्कआउट था ही नहीं इतना बट लैरी है तो मोटिवेशन
Yes. Beautiful. There it is. Perfect.
लैरी you was competing in bodybuilding
I did. This was 4 years ago now. So back in 17, 18, I did a couple of shows. I placed first on my amateur show, the first one I did. But the competition was very small pool of people. Second one was Miami Nationals in 18. I placed 11th out of 19 or 20. So I was like right in the middle. Bodybuilding, I don't get much excitement when I go on stage, whether I place good or not, even though I only did 2 shows. I didn't derive much excitement from it, so there wasn't much incentive for me to keep doing it. It's not lucrative, and the process and being on stage, I didn't enjoy.
shrink lose dull
Yeah, everything you suffer with, food, sleep, mood, it's very challenging. I think bodybuilding, of all the disciplines that I've tried, is the most challenging, the most difficult. The training, the diet, everything about it is to the most extreme. Now, bodybuilding done non-competitively is a whole different story. If you're not trying to get on stage and be competitive, you can have a very healthy approach and you don't go to those extremes. You have to when you're competitive.
and Larry what's your next 5-year aim
5 years.
next
Well, I want to continue my business endeavors for the next couple of years, leveraging my social media. But by the time I'm in my early 30s, so next 3 years or so, I want to downsize. I want to get down to 110 kg, 105. Now, being this big is not healthy, and it's not good for longevity. While it looks good, I'm happy with my body, it's not, I don't want to be this size the rest of my life. So I do want to downsize, and I do want to focus more on aesthetics and also boxing, and not for money. I don't have any matches or anything coming up as far as I know right now, but I did boxing when I first joined the gym, a real gym. I did first weightlifting, then I did boxing. I did for 8 months or 9 months or so, and I really enjoyed it. But then I started getting obsessed with weightlifting. You know, but once I give up weightlifting, like competitively, and I'm content with the PRs I've made, I achieved all my goals, then boxing would be a good transition. Because boxing will take it's a total 180, and I've seen Thor do it. He went from the world's strongest man, now he's in incredible shape, the best shape of his life by far. I think it's super healthy, as long as I'm not getting hit in the head too much. So I do look forward to that, but we're talking years down the line. Also arm wrestling as well, something I can do for many, many years, arm wrestling. There's no shelf life for that.
You also broke my shoulder last time.
How is it? It's okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I didn't break the shoulder, then the bicep will have problem, or the elbow. It's a very painful sport.
Oh, Mary.
Perfect. Yes. Perfect.
Easy.
Yes, beautiful. So from how that looked, for you, let's go at this weight today for 10 plus reps. Okay, because 140 you'll be, maybe you'll get 3 to 5. So let's do this for you for 10 or more. I'll just go to 140. I'll try and do 20 plus.
Okay.
Yeah. After this, you know, keep your other stuff. Hold on. You know what? This is a good opportunity, 1 second, Sharif, to explain how to properly use yellow wraps. So, if you're wrapping it just like this, it won't do anything. You need to have a tight wrap. Now, you can do it by yourself, but it's always better to have someone wrap it for you. So you make sure there's no slack here. You pull back a little. Hold on, 1 second, Sharif. You pull a bit this way to make sure there's no slack, and then you pull up. And you want to go about 2 fingers width each revolution. So each time you go higher. Yeah. And when wrapping it, don't pull on this piece here. You'll pull the stitching out. Pull from the wrap material itself, from the bottom, not from here. Always pull from here. And if it doesn't feel right, always rewrap it. Never attempt a heavy bench and the wrap doesn't feel right. Maybe it's not covering your elbow properly. Just take the time and do it again. Huh?
35.
I think so, yeah. So my best is 40. So after 4 months off, I'm happy with that.
35 reps. 140.
But what we're about to talk about in a bit is you're on PCT.
Yeah.
And I never come off testosterone. All year round,
All year round.
I blast and cruise.
Last cruise.
So my cruise is mg a week for about 2 months. Then I'll blast and I may take other compounds. As of now, I'll only take something like Tren for a few days, 4 to 7 days. I'll explain more in another video why that works, and you don't need, at least for strength training, to take Tren and the other compounds for weeks and weeks. It's not necessary. There's so much information on the internet that's outdated about what cycle should look like. And a lot of it is trying to tell you, this is what a beginner cycle should look like. Intermediate, advanced, what this person's taking, what that person's taking. Get your blood work done first and foremost. See what you need to take if you're taking anything at all, if you're serious about competing. And try and get away with the bare minimum. Don't listen to your friends, listen to your doctor, someone that has a lot of experience
Yeah, sure.
in PEDs. So I tried PCT when I first started cycling, and I found every time I would come off testosterone, even with the PCT drugs like HCG and Clomid and such, I would be worse where I was than before I started the cycle. So I would start here, finish here, and end up here
Me too.
every time.
I lose sexual desire, I lose muscle mass, I lose craze like training, I lose everything after PCT. And I will start again,
Yeah.
again and again. So it's like a like play casino. Play again and again and again.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I decided to blast and cruise, because I didn't see the point in doing a cycle just to finish it and end up worse off than what I was before the cycle. And proper PCT takes months and months, more than 2 months, 3 to 5 or 6 months even, before everything comes back to normal. So if you're competing all year round, if you're serious about being competitive, you don't have 3 to 6 months to come up with everything.
Yeah, no.
You know, now, if you found a way where PCT works for you,
My coach always say, if you do competition, you do compete, never go off.
yeah, it's true.
Never do PCT. If you wanna compete like pro, never do PCT.
Yeah, it's true.
Cruise, blast, cruise, blast. But I like healthy lifestyle, healthy family, so I totally go off now.
You know, that's well said. If you don't want to compete at the highest level of bodybuilding,
Yeah, powerlifting also.
powerlifting, strongman,
Strong.
you don't need to blast and cruise. Of course, you don't need PEDs in the first place. Maybe you'll need TRT, get bloods done. If your testosterone is lower than what it should be for your age, which you don't have to be middle-aged for that to happen. You could be in your 20s. I've met several young men in their 20s with low testosterone.
Yeah.
And being with low testosterone means you're prone to depression, weight gain, mood swings. You know, it affects everything.
Aggressive.
To make you more aggressive. Exactly. Funny enough, having low testosterone makes you more aggressive. It can. Like when I did trial PCT that time, when I first began cycling, I was very irritable. I wasn't a happy individual. Because of the depression, I was a pessimist. Everything got to me. It changed my personality completely. You know, testosterone is the most important hormone for men. And if it's low, that's a serious problem. So if anything, get your blood work done. If you're struggling to make gains in the gym, it's possible you have low testosterone. It happens. You don't have to be middle-aged to have low testosterone.
During PCT, my total testosterone is 260.
Okay.
Very low.
Yeah.
So very depressing after PCT and do PCT.
How long do you do PCT for?
3 to 6 months.
Yeah. That's what's necessary. It takes time, everything to reboot.
Yeah.
It takes time. That's why I was saying at a pro level, you can't afford to take 3 to 6 months off of training and being your best. You don't have that kind of time. Most bodybuilding, you need for a pro show, you need to qualify for it.
Yeah.
So you need to do a qualifier early in the year, and you need to do a pro show within a few months after that. And if you're powerlifting, are you going to compete just once or twice a year? You know, if you're just starting out, you need experience. So, but this is all information targeted for those already using PEDs, of course. So, PCT not for me. PCT not for me. Just get that on the shirt. No, that's not the message I want to get across. But I have tried. It doesn't work for me. It works for him. But I have tried to break world records. I have tried to become a pro bodybuilder. So, for my circumstances, it was a necessary evil. But anyways, we had enough rest. I finally caught my breath. So, let's do one more set for you with 120 kg. See how many reps you can do.
Larry ने लगाया 35, 140 kg के. Now I am 120 kg. देखते हैं.
You know, before you go, it's very important. I know you don't mean it and you're saying in a joking way, but do not compare yourself to me if you're watching.
Yeah.
Or to your friends or to anyone you may have seen do X, Y, and Z. Compare yourself to yourself. Because everyone is going to have a different level of potential, different genetics, different leverages. It only hurts you to compare yourself to so-and-so. Now, if you're competing competitively, yes, you are competing against other individuals, but ultimately competing against yourself. So he's doing his PCT right now. For example, for him, if he could do better right now while off cycle than he did the last time he was off cycle, that would be great for him, you know, but what sense does it make to compare him right now to what I just did?
No.
You know?
No ego lifting.
Yeah, exactly, no ego lifting.
No ego lifting.
Yes. There it is, okay? Yes, yes, yes. Yep. Push. Yep. Yes. Good job. Perfect. Very good.
10 reps.
Is that 10?
Almost.
Was it 10?
I think it was almost 10.
Let's give him 10. Good job, man. So, yes. There it is. Okay. Yes. 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 Yep. Push. Yep. Yes. Good job. Perfect. Very good.
10 reps.
Is that 10?
Almost.
Was it 10?
I think it was almost 10.
Let's give him 10. Good job, man. So,
According to my strength, so I will go 50 kg. No ego lifting. No competition with Larry. Me versus me.
that's right. You versus you. There it is. Good.
Hey, what's your PR on bench press?
307
LBS or kg?
kg.
kg. How many reps?
1 rep.
1 rep. 307. Impressive. Unbeatable. Or your weight? Your body weight?
Now 123.
Or 307?
126 or 7. So almost same. Yeah. My weight doesn't go up and down much. Between 122 to 129. I'm
How many calories you take a day?
Maybe 3,000.
3,000.
Yeah.
Efficient.
Yeah. Sometimes 2,000.
Very impressive. I eat lots of calories, like 5,000, 7,000. Now, sugar, burger, pizza,
What, eating this food?
samosa, Indian samosa.
Samosa.
You like it?
I haven't tried samosa.
You know,
But I love Indian cuisine, so I'm ready anytime. Yes. Beautiful. Very good, bro. Very good.
Larry, how do you fix your injuries?
So, the way I come back from every injury so quickly is with the help of, yes, good recovery, working with a good physical therapist. So he assesses what the injury is, how deep it is, grade 1, 2, or 3. And then with his reassurance, I have the confidence of when I can go back to training. In addition to that, I take peptides. My 2 favorite being BPC 157 and TB 500.
You disclose openly.
Yeah, directly into the muscle. See, it's a peptide, it's not a PED. So there's some gray area with peptides legally. But if you're interested, you can get your blood work done over at Transcend, link down below. And they'll analyze your blood work, what you're deficient in, and they will prescribe you necessary medication if necessary. But they also offer peptides, so please check out Transcend. See, with peptides though, until I found a trusted lab like Transcend, you don't know if it's real or not. Same thing goes for PEDs. When you're taking PEDs and you're taking peptides, 9 times out of 10 you're getting it from some guy in the gym. Look, that works most of the time. For me, I've been lucky. I have been unlucky as well, where I've gotten fake testosterone. Fake, and you don't know it's fake.
Also use fake.
I've gotten fake. And you see, even the person distributing doesn't know it's fake. He thinks, okay, I'm getting it from where I usually get it, wherever that is, underground lab, probably made in a kitchen sink, and he's distributing it to whoever is in need of it. But it's always a gamble. You never know 100% if it's real testosterone, real peptide, real whatever, or not. Same thing goes for growth hormone. You're not getting it from the doctor. You're not going to the pharmacy and such.
I do lab test.
Yes. If you get the lab test, then, only then will you know. So even if you're being lazy, it takes 10 minutes to do a lab test. Here in Dubai, they come to your home. Anyways, if you don't do it before, and then you still take your gamble with underground PEDs and peptides, you won't know until it's too late. You will stop making gains, you'll start going backwards because your testosterone is taking a nosedive and you're not on PCT ready cycle equipment. You're on what you think is a PED cycle. So before, get lab tests done, and during. Because when you're on cycle, maybe something is in the red, something is going very wrong. How will you know? Some things are silent killers, like high blood pressure, for example.
Yeah, main reason.
You don't know if you have high blood pressure or not unless you go to the doctor, you get your blood done. Like, there's no real side effects of high blood pressure. And there are many other side effects you can deal with PEDs. So that's just on the potential negatives. But first and foremost, you want to be sure you're taking real PEDs, real peptides every time, which is why I'm encouraging you to go with Transcend. It took me 10 years, I've been on PEDs for 10 years now, to find a lab like Transcend, and they do it legally. So they have the whole less is more approach. You're going to get your blood work done, and they're going to prescribe you with a clinical amount of testosterone, TRT amount, only what's necessary. I'm really trying to get across those already using PEDs and peptides. Get it from a trusted source, which you can find down below, or at the very least, don't take them. Don't take that gamble. You don't have to in today's world. Now there's a solution. So that's more than you asked. But I figured I'd mention Transcend while we're talking about it, because injuries are inevitable. If you're pushing your body to the limits, you're going to eventually get hurt. No one's perfect. You're going to make mistakes. And I never get injured, the same injury. I never get the same injury twice, because every injury is a story. There's a reason why you got it. So I learned from that mistake, and it never happens again. My hamstring, I tore from doing the yoke, sloppy technique. My lower back, too much time off, too much volume too soon, got a strain in my back. Like, there's always a reason. You don't get hurt for no reason. You can push yourself in a very safe way, and it's not because you're lifting heavy you'll get hurt. It's because you're lifting improperly, your recovery's not on point. That's why you get hurt. Not because you're simply lifting heavy. So people always bring up Ronnie Coleman, like, you're gonna end up like Ronnie Coleman if you lift heavy. Yeah. There are many reasons for what led Ronnie Coleman to the condition he is right now. Yeah. And heavy lifting is a contributing factor, but he was also told from his doctors to lay up the heavy lifting, give his body a break. And it's not so easy. Our ego wants us to continue. It's a lifestyle, but it's not so easy to just put down the heavy weightlifting when we're supposed to. That's why I was encouraged working with a PT. Let him tell you when it's okay to get back to training or not after you've been injured. It's well worth the money. They're not cheap, but it's very valuable information, and they'll keep you in the game so much longer and away from major injuries. Yeah. Because it's hard with something small. You ignore it, you get back too soon, then it's something big. Now you need surgery. Now you're back in for months. Now it's permanent. So.
Flex wheeler, again on back, again on kidney failure.
Yeah.
So PED, try very safe, please.
Bare minimum. If you're already using, we're not encouraging anyone to use. We have to keep saying that because we don't want everyone to hop on PEDs. They do work. But if you're already using them, the bare minimum, and you'll be shocked how much you can get by. From today moving forward, I'm going to be logging exactly how little you really need.
Indian young guy, like 20-year-old, 1,000, 1,500 mg testosterone per week.
Yes. You hear stories like this. You hear 20-year-olds using grams of testosterone.
Lots of people in India, heavy PED use in gym, every gym.
Yeah.
Like 2,000 testosterone, mixed testosterone, every freaking week.
And guys, PEDs are no different from any other drug. You can use drugs in moderation. You could take too much alcohol, too much painkiller, and it's going to have serious side effects. Same thing for PEDs. You cannot abuse PEDs. You cannot abuse PEDs and expect to be okay.
Because these are life-saving drugs, but you are on abuse, you're failed.
One, two, three. So that's a wrap here at Brunel's best bodybuilding gym in Dubai.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me today in discussing these very controversial, sensitive topics. I hope for those watching and listening that you learned something today, and that if you are using PEDs, using peptides, you'll take a healthier, smarter approach. And you're here in Dubai for how long?
I'm about to be leaving tomorrow, probably tomorrow.
Oh, okay, good to meet you. Wow, that's great timing then. I want to also say that I appreciate you being open and honest
Yeah,
about your usage.
I'm totally 100% honest because मेरा फर्ज है यूथ को एक्सप्लेन करना how to use, why you use, how to use PED without any competition.
Yeah, exactly. There are still influencers out there who remain very vague, who don't discuss.
Do not use fake supplements, fake drugs, fake PED, fake people also.
Yeah. Fake people probably be the most toxic of everything mentioned today.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are plenty of influencers out there who are still lying about being natural. I mean, we're in 2022, and now 9 times out of 10, you'll get more respect for being honest about your usage, especially when it's obvious. And the people who are already using or not using will not be swayed one way or the other, right? It's only helping the community to discuss your trials and tribulations and your journey with PEDs and peptides, because when it comes to competing at the highest level, that is a big part of the game.
Yeah.
And you don't need to discuss exact dosages and whatnot, and exactly what compounds are using it for how long and this and that. There's somewhere you can draw the line, but upfront lying about being natural when you're not is just setting false expectation. And I'm not the first to say this, of course, but I'm just one of the many that disagrees with that kind of behavior. So I'm here today with him to advise against it and just be honest.
I want to say something, your Indian fans, or your Indian audience, Larry B excess of amount PED use नहीं करता है, और smart training, smart food, smart work, hard work better than anything. So no shortcut, no ego lifting. Try best and follow Larry B. No competing.
Well said. And I think I understood what he was saying, even though it was.
You're Hindi.
Yeah, I understand what he was
You're
saying.
Indian fans.
So look, it's a long video. We discussed lots of things. And next time you're in Dubai, or I'm in Delhi,
Yeah.
you know,
Please welcome.
and you're most welcome here anytime.
No, we invite you to Delhi, so if you can make a trip around there whenever you can, come up, we'll plan and shoot you up.
Perfect. I look forward to it. Well, I'm sure I'll see you guys there soon. If not, look forward to your return. And wrapping up, guys. See you in the next one.